It is essential to be up to date on happenings around you, and to make that easy for you, ladies and gentlemen, we present Freshlight, where we bring fresh newspaper headlines to limelight. Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Watch, like, subscribe, and make sure your notification is activated on our YouTube channel. You can also like and comment on our pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Al-IyamoyeTV and radio.
It is a beautiful day from here at Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. I say welcome to Freshlight. Freshlight, where we bring to the fore newspapers headlines as it's coming out from the bakery, from the factory. Yes, the manufacturer of those stories. Those typeload, that's your best choice. I am OLUWAFISAYOMI, AJIBOLA, and welcome to Freshlight. Don't forget that we are available to you on social media. Yes, as you're seeing us now, you can get to like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Just search for Al-IyamoyeTv /radio or Al-IyamoyeTV, depending on which of the portal you're looking out for us. But we're live on YouTube. Do yourself that favor to subscribe to our content and click the notification button so that you can get to see us as we reel out interesting, irresistible programs one after the other. Okay, on Freshlight this morning, we'll be parading newspapers like The Sun, Punch, Vanguard, The Nation, and Daily Trust, one after the other this morning. Let's start from the east. Yes, that's going to The Sun newspaper. On Daily Sun newspaper, the headlines that is of overriding all is APC boils over choice of Senate, House of Rep principal office. It has several riders like Akpabio announces Bamidele, Halia Senate leader, Chief Whip. Reps names Ihobere Chinda as House leader, minority leader. APC chairman dismisses appointment as rumor. We will look at concern party governors lodge. Also on the cover page of Daily Sun, 2023 elections, INEC admit facing challenges. The rider assembles 427 lawyers to prosecute 215 electoral offenders. Probe Buhari corrupt political appointees, Archbishop urges president. That you will see on page 27 of Daily Sun. On page 5 of Daily Sun, Kano Anti-Graft Agency arrests Gaduje's works commissioners over alleged 1 billion naira fraud. On page 27, despite challenges, we are on path of success. Tinubu. Okay, also the trending story, it's virtually on all newspaper this morning. That is the case of Ejikeme Mesome. He said, alleged jam fake result. I stand by my daughter, says Mesoma's father. Okay, she's banned for 3 years. That's the rider on that story. Let's quickly give details to a few stories on the Sun newspaper this morning. Okay, starting with the one from Ogun State. Ogun Tribunal flays PDP for blunder. Grant prayers for thorough scrutiny of tendered documents. Governorship Elections Petition Tribunal sitting in Abeokuta, Ogun State yesterday carpeted counsel to People's Democratic Party PDP and its candidate Oladipupo Adebutu for committing seeming blunder in the mode of his presentation before the tribunal. The party was flayed for its failure to comply with court's directive, which stipulated that documents scheduled to be presented before the court ought to have been tendered from the bar for parties involved to scrutinize and authenticate. At the resumption of the proceeding, counsel to the PDP and Adebutu Godwin Uche had informed the tribunal of the readiness of his team to formally commence trial immediately, adding that they have filed the list of their schedule of documents before the panel and have also physically brought all the said documents before it. To read details of that story, pick up a copy of the Daily Sun and check out for Ogun Tribunal flares PDP for blunder. Grant prayers for thorough scrutiny of tendered documents. Also on Daily Sun, APC NWC rejects Senate Reps announcement of principal officers. The National Working Committee NWC of the All Progressive Congress APC is set on coalition course with the lawmakers elected on its platform in the National Assembly as it has disowned the list of principal officers announced by the leadership of both chambers yesterday. The party national chairman, Abdullahi Adamu, stated this during the meeting between the NWC and Progressive Governors Forum in Abuja, describing the announcement as rumors. He said aside the Senate President, his deputy speaker, and the deputy in the party and the NWC were unaware of any other choices of principal officers. To get details of that drama between APC and the Senate's new principal officers, pick up a copy of the Sun newspaper. As published this morning, you will see 2023 INEC election. INEC admits facing structural, infrastructural human challenges. 2023 elections, INEC admits facing structural, infrastructural human challenges. Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has admitted that it faced structural, infrastructural and human challenges during the conduct of the 2023 general elections. It however claimed that it deserved commendations judging by the landmark sources recorded in the poll and insisted that the era of single-party dominance of national politics was over. INEC Chairman Mahmood Yakubu made the comment in his remark at a meeting with Resident Electoral Commission Rex in Abuja to commence review of the 2023 poll. He also disclosed that the Commission has assembled over 427 lawyers to prosecute 215 electoral offenders pro bono and concluded arrangements to unleash the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) and the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission (ICPC) on vote bias and other associated violations. 2023 election, INEC admits facing structural, infrastructural human challenges. Lastly, on The Sun, INEC closes case in OBLP petition. The Independent National Electoral Commission INEC yesterday opened and closed its defense in the joint petition filed by the Labour Party LP and Peter Obi before the Presidential Election Petition Court (PEPC). The Deputy Director in the Information and Communication Technology Department (ICT) of the Commission, Dr. Lawrence Bayode, testified as a sole witness in the petition. After his testimony, the lead counsel to INEC legal team, Abubakar Mahmood, announced the closure of his client case. Before the testimony of the witness, Mahmood tendered some documents that were admitted in evidence. INEC closes case in OBLP petition that you will see on the Daily Sun newspaper. Okay, let's quickly look at another one. This time, let's go to the north. Let's look at what we have on Daily Trust as published today. Yes, the newspaper you can trust called Daily Trust as it covers stories like cracking APC as Adamu rejects Bamidele in Dume, orders principal officers. Again, IPOB enforces sit-at-home order in Ebonyi. No presidential directive to reopen additional borders, customs. Presidential Tribunal, Tinubu tendered US varsity visa documents. Court affirms Goje's dismissal from APC. These are among stories you have on Daily Trust this morning. Okay, taking it one after the other, let's look at the Presidential Tribunal. Tinubu tenders US varsity visa documents. Okay, let's quickly Presidential Tribunal, Tinubu tenders U.S. varsity visa document. The Presidential Election Petition Court has admitted as exhibit President Bola Tinubu's document of attendance at the Chicago University. In the United States, the court presided by Justice Aaron Asmani also admitted the admission letter from the institutions from Tinubu who opened his defense against the petition filed by the People's Democratic Party and its presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. Tinubu also tendered through his lead counsel Wole Olanipekun SAN his U.S. visa and Nigerian Immigration Service document, facilitating his several visits to the country between 2011 and 2021. He further tendered an exhibit as exhibit a USA Embassy letter dated April 4, 2023, which responded to an inquiry over his criminal status in the USA and informed that he had no criminal records. Presidential Tribunal, Tinubu tenders U.S. varsity visa document. Daily Trust has the details. Embattled LG Chairman, John Benue Assembly's Pro Panel. Embattled Chairman of some local government areas in Benue State expected to appear before the House of Assembly ad hoc committee investigating financial misappropriation in all the 2023 local government areas of the state failed to show up. The 23 council chairmen were earlier suspended by the state government to pave the way for their probe by the House. The Assembly has drawn the timetable to quiz at least 3 of the chairmen on daily basis. Okay, embattled LG Chairman, Sean Benwell Assembly's probe. Let's go to another story. Weakest candidate emerges reps minority leader. Honorable Kisley Chinda, preferred candidate of ex-governor Nyesom Wike, as emerged minority leader of the House of Representatives. Chinda, a People's Democratic Party (PDP) lawmaker from Rivers State, is representing Obio Akpo constituency in the local chamber of the National Assembly. Daily Trust had reported how Wike, who fell out with the PDP leadership after losing his presidential ticket last year, has seen lobbying for Chinda is loyalist. Wike's candidate emerges rep minority leader. Daily Trust has the details. Lastly, on Daily Trust, let's look at this story. Era of single party domination over Yakubu. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) said the days of single party dominance in Nigeria's national politics are gone. The INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, said this on Tuesday in Abuja at a meeting with the resident electoral commissioners, REX. He said INEC record shows that the 2023 elections produced the most diverse outcome recorded since 1999. Era of single party dominations over. Yakubu is saying this. Okay, let's quickly go to another newspaper this time. Let's come to the Southwest. Coming to the Southwest, let's look at the Nation newspaper. On the Nation newspaper, you will see cover stories like Presidency, Governors backs Bamidele Ndume, Umahi. Tinubu witnesses begin oral testimony at tribunal. President policies excite Banks of America. INEC sets to file charges against Adamawa Rec. Zulum buys 80 luxury buses to ease transport costs. Rose dipping over alleged fake JAMB result. G. Egbetokun deploys 35 police commissioners. These are among others on what you will see on the Nation newspaper this morning. Going to the details of the Nation newspaper, let's start from Presidency. Governors back Bamidele Ndume, Umahi. Okay, let's quickly look at it. The President and all Progressive Congress APC governors are in support of the principal officers of the Senate and House of Representatives announced yesterday. It was Lent. Adamu had shielded the presiding officers for announcing the names of principal officers without getting clearance from him. Those announced are Senate Leader Opeyemi Bamidele, Deputy Leader David Umahi, Chief Whip Ali Ndube, Deputy Whip Lola Ashiru, Minority Leader Simon Nwadikwe, Deputy Minority Leader Oyeyumi Olalere, Minority Chief Whip Darlington Nwakeocha, and Deputy Minority Whip Rufai Amga. For the House of Representatives House Leader Julius Nwabere, Deputy House Leader Abdullahi Halims, Chief Whip Usman Kanu, and Deputy Whip Adewumi Onanuga. Minority House Leader Kingsley Chinda, Deputy House Leader Ali Madaki, Minority House Chief Whip Alisa, and Deputy Chief Whip George Ozodinobi. These, for details of this appointment or emergence of principals officers in the National Assembly, pick up a copy of the Nation newspaper for these details. Okay, also on the Nation newspaper, President's policies excites Bank of America. President Bola Tinubu yesterday expressed confidence that his administration is on the pathway to success in spite of his enemies facing challenges facing the country. He stressed that Nigeria has no reason to fail the rest of Africa. The president spoke when Bank of America officials visited him at the State House, Abuja. To read details of that story, pick up a copy of the Nation newspaper. Yes, President policies excite Banks of America. Okay, let's quickly also look at these on the Nation newspaper. Tinubu witnesses begin oral testimony of tribunal. President Bola Tinubu witnesses will today begin their oral evidence in his defense at the Presidential Election Petition Court (PEPC). The president opened his defense in the petition by Atiku Abubakar and the People's Democratic Party. The document includes President Tinubu's educational records from the Chicago State University, certified by the Associate General Counsel, Office of the Legal Affairs, Chicago State University, Jamal C. Hall. To read details of that story, the Nation has it. Lastly, on the Nation's, rose grows over alleged forgery of JAMB results. Miss Mesoma Ejikeme, who was accused by the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAMB, of forging her results to emerge a high scorer, is not seeking legal redress. Her father, Romanus Ejikeme, said yesterday. Mr. Ejikeme refuted media report that his daughter had dragged JAMB to court demanding 20 billion for alleged misrepresentations of facts. He insisted that He insisted that the 362 score presented by Mesoma was an authentic result and rejected any other score from the exam body. Describing JAMB's conduct in the allegation as unfortunate, Ejikeme insisted that his family had left the matter to God, who alone could grant them justice. Rose grows over alleged forgery of JAMB results. The Nation has the details. Before we move ahead, let's go for a commercial break. When we come back, we'll look at other two newspapers we have left on our shelves. Good morning, and do stay with us.
Thousands have been disappointed severally in their bid to seek greener pasture abroad. To those quack in the traveling agency business, it is a rocket science. That is not our case at Tausaf Travels and Tour. We have in-depth details on how to successfully, without stress, help you process and secure your visa to anywhere in the world. Do you want permanent residential visa, visiting and tourism visa, student visa to places like Europe, America, Asia, Africa? It's no big deal to us at Tausaf Travels and Tour. Our years of experience and expertise speaks volume for us. Let's process and secure visa for you to UK, USA, and Canada within a twinkle of an eye. We offer Hajj and Umrah services to our Muslim faithfuls. What are you waiting for? Consult us at number 9 Tausaf Central Mosque, Sholanke Street, behind Laroy Hotel, Abiola Way, Abeokuta. 0802 733 0900 or 0806 578 4060. Stop wasting money. Pay for peace of mind. Talk to Tausaf Travels and Tour.
Gbogbo aláfẹ́ tó gbayì tó fọṣọ yìí ṣoge tó bá gbà mú ló ń kọjá lọ sí House of Zion. House of Zayana, the name I know when we talk of top-notch fashion, quality materials and class. House of Zayana, lẹ́tí máa rójúlówó Turkey wears, Egypt and Malaysia, Dubai, àwọn designer bags lóríṣiríṣi, àwọn ìtẹ̀lẹ̀ bàtà tó jiná tí wọ́n original ṣe, àwọn aago kájọ́ tó ń ka wákàtí ọjọ́, designer sunglasses and perfumes pẹ̀lú àwọn gbogbo nǹkan tóbìnrin àsìkò fi ń gbafẹ́ lò gbà. Mo débẹ̀ ojú mi ń ṣe kámikàmì mi ni ó rà èmi ni ó mú. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin mùsùlùmí ẹlẹ́sìn tẹ́ gbòógì gbọ́n pa fashion tẹ́ wá nílò jàlábíà hijab àti àbáyà lóríṣiríṣi. House of Zayana lẹ́yìn tí rí gbogbo Zayana wà ní 52 ọlọ́run ṣògo road adjacent Redeem Church Agape Parish ọlọ́run ṣògo Abẹ́òkúta. Lórí Instagram House of Zayana 08165688618. House of Zayana ilé ìtajà tá a ti ń tojúlówó aṣọ nǹkan aṣaralóge tí ń gbéni níyì.
Welcome back to Freshlight on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. We still have Vanguard newspaper right here. Vanguard newspaper has 10th NAS APC disowned principal officers named by Akpabio Abbas. Obey sit at home face closure. Enugu government tells traders businesses. It's available on page 11. Alleged anti-party activity. Court okays ex-governor Goje's expulsion from APC. It's available on page 8 of Vanguard newspaper. 2023 polls. INEC engages 427 lawyers to prosecute 215 electoral offenders. That is available on page 9. And on page 5, Presidential Tribunal. Tinubu tenders 17 exhibits to defend his election victory. Look at this, among others, is what you will see on Vanguard newspaper. Let's quickly look at some details of the newspaper. Your attention is urgently needed on prison officers' plight. CSO tells Tinubu. A non-profit organization, One Love Foundation, OLF, on Wednesday, called on President Bola Tinubu to give attention to officers and men of the Nigerian Correctional Service, NCSO, over their plight while serving to reform the lives of other Nigerians in their custody. The call was made by the founder and president of OLF, Chief Patrick Eholo, while speaking on better welfare and incentives officers and men deserve, which will also serve as motivation to them while rendering their service to humanity and fatherland. Eholo, who is a social crusader and human rights activist, expressed deep concern over the condition of officers and men of the service, said government, including the private sector, should do more to add value to their lives for effective service delivery based on the fact that they are molding, repackaging, shattered lives and hopes, and transforming lives of Nigerians who have been convicted and made to serve jail terms based on the gravity and enormity of their offenses according to law. Your attention is urgently needed on prison officers' plight. CSO tells Tinubu. The Vanguard has it. Also on The Guardian, IG orders deployment of 35 police commissioners to state formations. The Acting Inspector General of Police, Mr. OLUWAFISAYOMI, has ordered the deployment of 35 commissioners of police, CPs, to states and formations nationwide. This is contained in a statement signed by the Police Public Relations Officer, CSP OLUWAFISAYOMI, and made available to newsmen in Abuja on Tuesday. He said the order was issued following the approval of Inspector General's recommendation by the Police Service Commission for the deployment. IG orders deployment of 35 police commissioners to state formations. You will see that on Vanguard newspaper. On Vanguard newspaper, Abia government promises quick intervention to save community from gully erosion. Abia state government has promised quick interventions on the gully erosion threatening the people of Ogbo, Ancient Kingdom, and residents of Ovovom Strait in Abia North local government area. Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Abia Rejuvenation, Mr. Uche Ukeju, gave the assurance when he visited a massive gully erosion site, posing imminent threat to lives and properties of residents of the area. Abia government promises quick intervention to save community from gully erosion. And this rather a funny story is on Vanguard newspaper. It was my first UTME 2023 JAMB IS scorer, 16-year-old Kamichuku reveals strategy. The management of Deeper Life High School celebrated their students yesterday for achieving impressive scores above 300 in the recently concluded 2023 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examinations (UTME). Miss Ume Kamisuchuku Nkechinyere emerged as the top scorer with an outstanding mark of 360, making her the highest achiever in the 2023 UTME. Miss Meka Misichuku, who is 16-year-old, also shared a strategy for achieving such remarkable results with journalists. It's my first UTME 2023 JAMB IS scorer, 16-year-old Kamiyochuku reveals strategy. The Vanguard published that despite the controversy around the GKM in Mesoma, who claims to be the highest scorer of JAMB of the UTME for this year. Okay, let's go to our last newspaper for today. That is the Punch newspaper. On the Punch newspaper, Tinubu leads Chicago Varsity's admissions orders. Tribunal, Tinubu tenders Chicago Varsity admission letters. Orders. Investors suffer 671 billion naira one-day loss as equity tumbles. Beavers, APC kicks as opposition fought INEC 98% success claim. Beavers, APC kicks as opposition fought INEC 98% success claim. APC protest elections, National Assembly members back up Abio Abbas. Okay, let's go to the details of the story one after the other on Punch, the newspaper. We'll look at two political stories, then we'll make a visit to the to Metro and also sports news. Okay, let's quickly look at politics first. APC governors wading to Adamu NAS presiding officer's feud. The Progressive Governors Forum has pledged to intervene in the conflict between the ruling All Progressive Congress and the presiding leader of the National Assembly over the choice of the principal officers. The move, which many believe was a deliberate effort to douse the growing tension in the party, is coming hours after the national chairman of the APC, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, disowned a new appointees announced on Tuesday by Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas. APC governors wade into Adamu NAS presiding officer's feud. Kano Court. Okay, let's quickly look at this before we go to Metro. Principal officers, APC protests, elections, National Assembly members back Akpabio Abbas. The national chairman of All Progressive Congress, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, on Tuesday expressed anger over the new leadership of the National Assembly announced by the Senate President Godswill Akpabio and the Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas. Adamu said the party was not officially informed about the sharing of the offices, describing the report of the emergence of principal officers as a rumor. The party chair spoke on a crucial meeting at the National Working Committee and the APC governors at the party secretariat in Abuja hours after the Senate President named Ekiti Central lawmaker Okoyemi Bamidele as the 10th Senate Majority Leader. Principal officers, APC protest elections, National Assembly members back Akpabio Abbas. Okay, let's quickly look at the Metro page of Punch newspaper before we look at the sporting page. Abuja building collapse, 9 evacuated, rescue operations suspended. The Federal Fire Service says rescue operations at the site of the collapsed 4-story building at Dampe in Life Camp, Abuja, will resume on Tuesday at 8 a.m. Mr. Emeribe David, a superintendent of fire, told the news agency of Nigeria at the scene of the disaster that all the agencies involved have agreed to resume the rescue operations on Tuesday morning. Now report that the building, which was said to be a hotel under construction, collapsed around 4 p.m. on Monday, trapping an undisclosed numbers of laborers. Okay, read up that Metro stories on Punch newspaper. Okay, looking at the sports page. Lastly, Ancelotti to coach Brazil from 2024 report. Real Madrid Italian coach Carlo Ancelotti will take over as head coach of Brazil's national team for the 2024 Copa America, a source at the Brazilian Football Federation told AFP on Tuesday. The federation has announced earlier that Flamines Fernando will take charge of the team in the interim period. Ancelotti has a season remaining on his contract with Real and will take over Brazil in time for the Copa America, which will be held in the United States from June 2024. The former AC Milan and Chelsea coach will become the first foreigner to coach Brazil in almost 60 years. Ancelotti to coach Brazil from 2024 reports. On that note, we say thank you for being part of Freshlight this Wednesday edition, the 5th day of the month of July 2023, I beg your pardon. I think my calendar is running. 2023. Do join us again tomorrow, where we'll be looking at other newspapers has been published fresh from the tabloids. I remain OLUWAFISAYOMI, AJIBOLA. Do stay with us.